Hi guys, I'm Serena and today we're going to be talking about the Two of Swords. That's the card I pulled for today. So if you're watching this video, this card is for you. If you're just watching to learn, it's still going to be relevant. But I do want to point out that a cool thing about the Two of Swords is that it's represented astrologically by the moon in Libra, and tomorrow is actually the full moon in Libra. So that's what this energy could be representing if you're watching this at the time that it's released. But if you're just here to learn, we're about to get into it. So the two in tarot traditionally represents balance or the need for balance, and the swords represents the intellect or the power of the mind. So this tells us that a thought or action has taken place and there is now a need for the power of your mind to bring balance to a situation. The Two of Swords suggests that there may be a situation that requires you to hurt someone else. Looking at the reality of the situation will allow you to get out of a period of limbo that this situation could bring about, meaning you might feel the need to logically make a choice for your own self, put yourself before someone else, because that's what's logically going to be the best decision. So reverse, the Two of Swords can indicate a person who is in denial, who refuses to look at the facts, or who is blocking out their true emotions. Additionally, the Two of Cups indicates that now is actually not a good time to make a decision regarding the situation. Now is a time to meditate and focus on what is guarding your heart. Or perhaps the person that you're dealing with, be it a love interest, a friend, or a business partner, is having a difficult time making up their mind or showing hesitation to you in some way because of this mental war that's going on inside of themselves. So you or the other person might be taking time before making a decision, because the Two of Cups indicates that there is a deep need for alone time. Or a deep need to reconnect with the self at this point. This situation might be paralyzing because of its complexity, which is why it's resulting in you feeling overwhelmed. The Two of Swords, being the first manifestation of a mental idea or conflict, tells us that there is still more information that's needed before you make a decision. But if you're willing to go through the uncomfortable process of searching inside of yourself to find intuitive insight, you can find a way forward. And you might just feel stuck in regards to whatever situation that the Two of Swords is referring to, be it love, business, or personal. It's an indication that nothing is moving forward at this time. The Two of Swords tells us to be patient and wait for things to make more sense so that we can make the most logical decision. At its heart, the Two of Swords tells us that you are in serious need of alone time because the swords represents the mind. It tells us that the only way that you're going to find this inner peace that you're searching for is by thinking through things alone. It is an indication that you have been through so much emotionally that it's taken a toll on your mental health, and it is causing this temporary paralysis. If you force yourself to make a decision at this time, you will not be satisfied with the outcome. Meditation is actually going to create this sense of mindfulness within you that will result in the inner peace that you're searching for regarding this situation. Meditation can be achieved in very simple ways. Meditation could be considered, especially in this day and age, disconnection from any visual or auditory stimulation. Encourage yourself to do something without headphones, music, TV, or even while having a conversation with another person. Be fully present in a singular task, such as doing the dishes, working in the garden, or going on a walk. Literally any singular task. Meditation isn't about stopping your thoughts, it's about giving yourself emotional peace, and this peace can be cultivated and maintained whenever interferences do begin to happen within your life or in regards to this conflict. During meditation, you simply observe your thoughts rather than feel them. Give yourself space to ask questions regarding your thoughts and try to remain still in your task. If your thoughts start to overwhelm you, You can refocus your mind on your breathing and again allow your thoughts to come as they please. Do not hold on to any singular thought and don't judge yourself for the inability to stop thinking. Maintain this state as long as you can, or as long as you feel called to, or until you gain the clarity or peace regarding the situation that you're striving towards. When you start to feel anxious or feel the need for further clarity, give yourself the gift of re-entering this state, because only you can give yourself the gift of inner peace that is found through meditation. So there is a high likelihood that the situation in question is quite complex or even insane, which is why you're feeling this complicated disorder within yourself. The Swords tells us that the situation is governed by the mind, and the mind finds peace in stillness or action. The 2 being the first manifestation of potential, because ace is the potential, 2 follows the ace, suggests that there has been an event or a thought that has disrupted the stillness in your mind. This disruption is therefore impacting your mind and its ability to feel balanced and make logical decisions easily. Additionally, like we said, the 2 of Swords is represented or personifies the astrological aspect of the moon in Libra. I have moon in Libra, so I'm kind of an expert on this. So the moon in Libra, or the moon represents intuition or emotions. Libra represents balance, justice, and fairness. This tells us that the moon in Libra, which is the energy that you possess at the time of pulling this card, indicates a person with a profound need for balance in regards to their emotions. They dislike chaos so much that they will go out of their way to avoid conflict. But there are times when they cannot maintain this balancing act and end up taking everyone by surprise when their temper inevitably emerges. These people also have a strong need for approval or recognition, because Libra is the sign synonymous with partnership. This is a possible cause for the indecision or imbalance indicated by the 2 of Swords. People pleasing. So moon and Libra people are very analytical concerning their emotions. They have an inclination to weigh all their options before making a decision in regards to their heart. It's almost as if the mind is acting as a shield for the heart, or acting as the heart's protector. The emotional well-being of these people relies heavily on the close, loving, supportive relationships in their lives. When these relationships falter, moon and Libra people struggle mentally, and they need supportive partnerships in their lives to be successful. It is therefore suggested that these people learn about and maintain healthy boundaries to protect their mental health from others who may not have their best interest at heart. Yeah, so it's important for us to remember that inner peace is a specific blessing that's given to us by the divine. We can watch for it, we can strive for it, and especially we can enjoy it while it lasts, though we should never cling to it or allow ourselves to enhance the feeling of dysregulation because of its absence. If and only if we are patient, we can find peace again. The 2 of Swords indicates that you are in a good position to relax and reflect on your past, your present, and your future. I encourage you to write down your thoughts, perhaps after a meditation, when you have fully collected your thoughts and come to a conclusion regarding the situation that's causing your mental imbalance. You could even use writing as a form of meditation, allowing yourself to use a stream of consciousness to unpack the problem that you're facing, so that you will be better able to track your thoughts and the progress in relation to this situation. If you're facing a conflict or disagreement that's causing your mind chaos, the 2 of Swords suggests that it might be a good idea to have a frank discussion with the other person involved. During this conversation, remain logical and don't let them impose on your personal boundaries. So let's have a small conversation about boundaries. You can only control yourself. I can only control me. I cannot control you. I cannot tell you that you are not allowed to yell at me. I cannot tell you that you are not allowed to talk to me disrespectfully. I'm not allowed to tell you what to do. I cannot control you. I can only control myself. Therefore, I can say, I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to yell at me. I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to be disrespectful to me. I'm not going to talk to you if you're going to lie to me, right? That's how boundaries work. You can only control your own actions. And therefore, you have to have the respect for yourself whenever things start to get too heated, or when things start to get disrespectful, or your personal boundaries start to get imposed, to leave the situation. So, let's see. And if the conversation starts to get a little too heated, but nobody's crossing any boundaries, or you want to remain in the conversation for as long as possible, you can do breathing techniques to maintain inner peace within yourself. Because really what's happening whenever we start to have anxiety regarding a situation is our heart is beating faster, and because we're perceiving the situation as a threat to our safety. And that's why it's important for us to do the breathing, because then we can regulate our heart rate, and our heart is speaking to our mind, basically telling our mind that, like, there's nothing to be, like, afraid of. Like, everything is okay. Like, I'm in control of this. Everything's okay. So how you do your breathing techniques, if you're having a conversation and things start to get a little bit out of control, I learned this from my therapist, and I actually applied it to my own life, and I'll tell you about that in a second. So you breathe in 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and repeat that as many times as you want to. Side note, if you are doing these breathing techniques just to, like, recenter yourself, you can also do these, like, little tappings, and it, like, kind of, like, enhances the feeling of, like, calmness somehow. I'm not sure how, but they're called, like, butterfly kisses, and you can just give yourself, or you can even do it on your legs. But either way, you can do this even in social situations. So there was a time at work when I was getting absolutely screamed at in the middle of nowhere by a giant man who opened my door and told me that I was delivering a package to the wrong house. And younger me, unevolved me, who hasn't been in therapy, would have just, like, reciprocated that energy and just started screaming back at that person. I remember having a conversation with one of my coworkers when she said, "They're just trying to get free shit out of you, Serena. Like, don't yell at them." And I'm like, but how? And how is by doing breathing techniques, by just calmly regulating your heart rate. So as this giant man is screaming at me, I start to do my breathing techniques, and in doing so, I'm able to calm my heart rate. I'm able to keep myself, keep my composure and not scream back at him, which I obviously impulsively wanted to, but chose not to. So I was also able to, like, listen to him more fully and understand what it was that he was trying to communicate with me. And I was able to take a second in between him talking and me talking, because I didn't feel so anxious that I needed to just start splurting information back at him, telling him why he was wrong. I just, like, collected my thoughts and articulated what I was going to say inside my own mind, and then calmly explained the situation to him, apologized, and told him how I was going to fix it. And then by the end of the conversation, he felt stupid for yelling at me. So that's the power that you can have by remaining respectful when somebody is being disrespectful towards you. But in this situation that the Two of Swords is talking about, in this conversation that might need to be had because of this situation, if things start to get disrespectful, you can have compassion and respect for yourself by choosing to leave the conversation. A phrase that I recently heard that I actually think is quite, like, relevant is, arguing is for fools. Don't argue, have a calm conversation. So go into the conversation with the expectation that by the end there will be restored harmony in the relationship. Do your part to facilitate this growth that will take place by having an open and honest conversation. Release denial and remain respectful, but only start this conversation once you've taken the time to meditate on the situation independently. Now is not a good time to act impulsively because the outcome will be unfavorable. Have this conversation soon, but not immediately. Just know that it's coming and prepare yourself for it mentally. With all that being said, an affirmation for the Two of Swords is, my heart is already in possession of the peace that my mind desires. Again, my heart is already in possession of the peace that my mind desires. So thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you come back again. Bye.